Hi there, I'm Dr. Jim, and I've been thinking about how tired I am of COVID and how tired my friends and family and colleagues are as well. But there's a real COVID fatigue that is taking place in the United States and around the world. I'd like to explain it. Lots of people obviously are stressed out about this pandemic. They're tired of staying home more than they usually would. They're tired of being so extra careful everywhere they go, work, public places, and so on. It's understandable. They're inundated with a constant stream of media regarding an increase in cases and deaths, hospitalizations, so on and so forth. All of this information coming to us full speed is creating COVID fatigue. It's dangerous for a lot of reasons. It affects people emotionally. It affects people mentally. It may cause people to become careless and less focused on preventing the spread of the disease. It can make certain individuals feel angry and resist following prevention guidelines. You might know someone who says, you know what, I'm done with this, I'm going back to normal life. Can't just do that right yet, okay? We're getting there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. All of these will add up to an increase in more cases and a prolongation of this pandemic, and we certainly don't want that whatsoever. There are many things we could do to fight COVID fatigue or minimize its effects. The first thing to do is be aware of it. I am COVID burned out. I'm COVID exhausted. I'm COVID angry. I'm COVID over it. And a lot of us are. But we can't let our guards down. We have to self-reflect and look at our own symptoms of anxiety, anger, pessimism, stress, whatever it might be, and address it and be real and be honest about things like this. There's no other way to handle something other than to deal with it and remain in reality. The next step, though, is to tune in to your coping mechanisms and put them into action. How have you coped with terrible things in the past? One problem is that we are used to doing things to help us cope, like going out, going to movies and concerts, which I miss so much. Church, I miss church. Parties, sporting events, all of these things, casinos, whatever you like to do. You blow off steam, you go out, you have a good time, and then we go back to work tomorrow. One way to handle this is to replace what we can't do with things that we still can do. Put together a great reading list. Put together a list of must-watch movies. Create a list of chores, home improvement products. Stay in touch with every friend and every family member as much as you possibly can, whether it's virtually or at a distance. But don't just go, forget it, I'm done, I can't handle this. Other ways to cope include exercise, which is good for releasing endorphins and adrenaline. Talking to people you are close with can also be very helpful because most of them are feeling the exact same way you are. Believe me, we are all feeling this together. Abnormal may be the new normal. Yeah, I hate saying those words for a little while longer, but practice positive thinking to avoid sources that will trigger anger or frustration, like the news and social media. I have had to go without media for a while. I've turned off cable news, I've turned off local news. I don't go to a lot of different websites that I used to because I just don't want to right now. I want to do other things. And you know what? There's so many other things that are more important than spending all of that time staring at a screen. Mindfulness, which I try to practice every day, can also help to remind ourselves to stop, breathe, and simply live in the here and now. We're not in the past, we're not in the future, we're right here, right now. That's important. While we can't control everything that's happening due to this pandemic, we can use many resources around us and within us. We need to do our best to not only help ourselves, but to reach out to our families, friends, local businesses, and return to a more normal life. But if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of others. So there you have it. COVID fatigue and how to beat it. I'm Dr. Jim Collins. Please keep coming back for more information.